Any Cougar, if they can come back to Washington State, it's definitely a dream come true.
She played 4 seasons at Washington State, another 4 as an assistant coach, and now Jennifer Stinson-Greeny is back to rebuild the Cougar program.
I've kind of been everywhere, went from the Pac-10, then to high school, then to the NAIA, now back to the Pac-12, and we don't really change our philosophy. We're just dealing with a little bit faster game and more physical players, but really the philosophy stays the same.
A philosophy learned from her mentor. Greeny says she first went to Washington State because she wanted to play for Cindy Frederick, who coached with her husband Farouk.
They really made it work, and I think we all really felt like a big part of their family, and that's they treated us like daughters, and so it was just really a natural fit.
So it may seem logical that when Greeny got her first college head coaching job almost 5 years ago at Lewis Clark State, she made her husband Burdett her assistant. But there was a little more to it.
If you would have said 5 years ago that I'd have this opportunity right now in this sport, in this type of conference, I'd say no way. It never crossed my brain.
Unlike Cindy Frederick's husband, who had played and coached internationally, Burdett Greeny's volleyball expertise was slightly lower on a scale of 1 to 10.
Just hanging around me and all the other volleyball girls, while we were dating in college, it was probably a 3.
No, he was a Cougar baseball player who went on to 2 seasons in the Milwaukee Brewers organization.
I had all intentions, and every kid probably has a dream of when they play baseball to make it to the major leagues. And when I got released from spring training, I remember going, I want to coach now.
Even then, he meant baseball. But when his wife was offered the head job at Lewis Clark State,
she turned that job down twice. And really, the sticking point was me. What do I do?
They had an out-of-the-box moment.
I almost thought that it was her that goes, hey, why don't you be the one that actually be my assistant coach?
Who actually said it is not so important.
Burdett said, well, why don't I coach with you? And we thought, we'll try it for a year, see how it goes. And actually, it has turned out to be just phenomenal.
Over the next 4 years, they would build that LC State program into a national power, winning over 80% of their games. Along the way, Burdett made himself into a volleyball coach.
The first meeting at LC, I told the girls, hey, I'm not going to come in and pretend like I know the game. I'm going to listen, and I'm going to ask questions.
The first year, he drove me crazy because he asked so many questions and he wanted to learn. And so that it was a lot of just, on the fly, hey, why did you make this decision or that, or what are we looking for? But, after the first year, I kind of said he's dangerous now.
He started out handling things like academics and strength and conditioning. Now, this former baseball player is coaching the technical aspects of volleyball.
Serving's a lot like being a pitching coach, believe it or not. You find out the strengths and weaknesses of your servers, and you're able to dissect different zones on the court based on the strengths and weaknesses of the opposing team.
As they settle in for what they expect to be a long run at Washington State, they are not only comfortable with the differences in their coaching styles.
Jen basically likes to be organized, likes to have a plan. I found out that I'm the one, and I knew this, that I like to be spontaneous. I can go off the cuff.
They make those differences work.
The only thing we ever fight about is recruiting, and he's really passionate about that and really wants me to make a decision that I might not be able to make.
Our methods may be a little different, but we think the same way, and we always have each other's back. So there's the mom and dad kind of thing. As we get older, and evidenced by my hairline now, we're getting more into that mom and dad realm for them.
And in this family, mom seems to be the hardliner, while dad is the softie.
We joke a lot about they're all scared of me, but they'll go to him, So, he had the coaching background of working with baseball players and working with guys. So I don't know, maybe if that surprises him, that he actually really likes to work with females. And I actually think really God put him on this earth to work with women. And that's probably why we have 2 girls of our own, because he's really, really good with them.
One reality for this assistant coach is that no matter how good a coach he becomes, he will almost certainly never be a head coach.
I have no dreams of ever getting another job. This is the best one we could ever have.
And no matter how successful the Cougar program becomes, this head coach will never lose her top assistant to another program, which is good because he's getting a much higher rating these days.
And now I'd say pretty close to a 9.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a fast learner.
Okay.
Or maybe I'm a good teacher.